some grass over here now. Oh shit. Alright, look, I know I look homeless, but it's because my wisdom tooth, y'all, my wisdom tooth. That shit causes a lot of pain. So I can't get my hair cut at the current time, but when it's done, that'll be project number one. In the meantime, I'll be doing this. Gotta kind of move this grass out the way. What's up? What's up? Appreciate it. I should go lighter weight, but this is the only weight I have right now, so that's what we're dealing with. shoulder needs some work, so we're gonna keep working on it. Holy shit. I feel it all in here. Shoulder. That's why you're supposed to do it with lighter weight. I did it with what I had. It felt alright with my right arm with the weight, with the dominant arm, but I tired this shoulder out. But it's okay, you're supposed to work when you're tired. I just won't go too hard to outwork myself, but I pushed enough. doing it with the gloves on because it just feels different without it. Oh shit, that was ugly. Cause I didn't mean to throw that punch. I meant to throw a jab and my body threw a cross and that shit was not a cross. How the jabs looking, y'all? How the jabs looking? Can I turn it this way? Can I get a different angle? Alright, we just spent 25 minutes working on a jab. Jabs only. First we did it with the resistance bands. Work on the speed and the, I guess that kind of works on like precision. And then we did it with the weight, both southpaw and orthodox. Now, I'm gonna be a little creative and just slowly kind of like blueprint my own like fight. It's not game speed in my head. I'll really just be focused on positioning kind of like moving chess pieces, where I could be, how I could get there, um, and then what to look out for. So this is be like a mental, like visual type of practice. It's like shadow boxing, but it pretty much is shadow boxing with purpose. Alright, so what I'm envisioning right now is that there's a person like obviously in front of me, line up in front of me, and I'm in orthodox and they're in southpaw. The reason why I do it that way is because it's the harder way to think about moving around, because you have to cross the line of fire, and it's just different. But it's the same, but it's different. So I'm in orthodox, they're in southpaw. If you were to just try to come across, you're coming across their line of fire, right? So you gotta come behind something. That would be a jab, right? You're here, and I sidestep off. I kind of like stance switch into a position. I kind of imagine they'll kind of be like more on an angle here. Now that I've gotten here, I'm using my creativity, I'm using my imagination skills. It's like playing yourself in chess, you're both of the pieces, but at the same time, it allows you to understand positioning a little better, how to set up positioning. Because setting up punches, setting up positioning, those are different things, but they're used together to help each other. So right now I'm just setting up my position to see what punches can lay after that, what punches can come to me after that also. So I'm here. I thought about the counterpart to this move specifically that I just did. I'm sure a lot of you have different things about what you would do in that position. So comment if you do have something like if you're in a southpaw position, right? So don't worry about this move. This move already happened to you. I threw a jab and I came here and here. What are you doing after I come here? Right? After I stance switch on you. So pretty much you're like this. You're here. The jab comes. You block the jab, right? Then I come really quickly right here while switching my stance. So my weapons change. They become inverted. So now that I'm here, right? The simple move, for me personally, if I'm a southpaw, would be an L step. And that's what I thought about earlier, just L step out of that as I get there. But you also have to cross the line of fire to do that L step, unless you're, because you kind of get distance with it. So for me, when I get here, this isn't my final move. I want you to go here, because if you go here, it's harder to punch this way. You're making me go back around this way, the original way that I had to go in the first place when I'm trying to switch direction. I'm using my mind right now. I'm being creative. Whether you understand it or not, I'm gonna play this back and I'm gonna know exactly what the hell I said. I'll be like, yep, that's exactly how I'm gonna do it, or how I'm not gonna do it. So look. We're here. After coming here, we're on southpaw now. Alright, so it's a cross and a jab. So I still gotta, you know what I mean? Up here. I know I could go for the body, but that's like a long distance. Like, listen, I already understand I could like easily do this, right? But you could get caught right into something. That's obvious. That's obvious. I'm trying to be creative. Because I want them to go here. I want them to go this way. Towards my right hand. And I gotta use this to make them go this way. Because right now they're where I want, it's a weird spot. They're where I want them to be. Both of my hands are in position to make a punch somehow. Even my jab I can come here with a jab here still. But when they back up, there's really nothing you could do. That's just evasive. They just like kind of back up, right? I can't say there's nothing you can do, right? All right. So sometimes I'm realizing right now that I gotta be more. I gotta collect more data in a sense of like when I'm doing those moves, like right there, that's not the move, the end all moves for me. It can be, but for that situation, when I say somebody else steps out of that situation, that's a setup. I gotta continuously make you think I'm trying to go a certain way, to open up a certain way, the other direction. So that will be one of my setups almost. That move ain't gonna finish somebody, but they're like, whoa, he is trying to finish me. He trying to blindside me, or he trying to run that pressure. Here. Now, if somebody is like just like high guarding and just shelling up, then maybe yeah, that's a difference. But I'm saying in a situation if somebody like doing an L step, they kind of just get out of that situation. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, what is the counterpart to somebody doing this? You just L step, you end up there in front of them again. Now, what's the counterpart to an L step? Let's think about it. Well, you kind of just going backwards and out, right? I never thought of this one. Counterpart to an L step. Guess it would be a side step. I guess it would be a side step. Right? Because think about it. L step, back, out, here. You're into the side, you're into the square behind, to the right, or your opening side. Side step, you're here, here. You're just dead in front. So you side step into it. And that's what I gotta do. So ready? Here. Here. Now the L step. Now what I want to do. See, it's because I switched stances, right? Now that I switched stances, I gotta do that, but they're gonna go that way. Because I completely cut off that direction. They can't even go. So now I just gotta, side step. Now I just gotta side step. They stay right in front of me. This is kind of like cutting off the ring at the same time. Like when somebody's just trying to be evasive and they're just trying to use their footwork to get out of a situation. I'm like kind of mapping out what I can do to just always stay in front of them. That makes sense for them. Now they're here. They can go there if they want to. This part is cut off. I can kind of do whatever here. Here. I can side step, I can L step. But bring that pressure. Now they're most likely gonna be cycling around trying to juke me out. All you gotta do is stand your square, let them tell you where they're gonna go, and just go there. He said John Jones. Crazy. I gotta keep that hand up. That sounds like a great idea. Appreciate it, family. Doing it with the gloves on. What's up? What's up? Thank you. Now, trying to think of ways to close the distance off the jab. Without running at him. I think the answer is slowly creep in, but I like switching angles. But then again, I shouldn't force nothing if I don't have to. So. The shoulder is shot right now. That was slow feet. Slow as hell. Appreciate y'all for the likes. Let's grab the band. I think that's it for me for today. A shoulder shot. I don't want to overtrain. Thank you. I'm not like done with the punching, with the drill. Just with this punching. I'm about to probably move on to some jump roping. I can't run from that. It's just my shoulders a little. I overworked my shoulder, so I don't want to OD with the punching. We're gonna jump rope. I have not done that yet. And you can't run from the jump rope. No, sir. I mean, I just got my wisdom tooth pulled. So as far as me doing anything like over exerted as far as moving, like just jumping around, I kind of haven't jumped since my wisdom tooth removal, so I don't know how this is gonna feel on my tooth, considering I might be biting down. But we about to find out. So we're gonna find out, see. I don't feel bad. Going back to Honolulu. The wisdom tooth, is it bad? When you don't pull it out, yeah, I mean, it can get infected and stuff, but it won't kill you. But that shit hurt. Gotta pick up my feet. My bad if I can't see because the glare. Going back to Honolulu. That sounds fire. I've never been to Honolulu. I should drink some water. You're actually not lying about that. I'm gonna clap the H2O together, the hydrogen and oxygen molecules, and I'm gonna drink the air. I should definitely drink some water, but trying to move just my wrist. What up, what up? Welcome to the live. Just working out. Probably gonna get back to some more punching after this. Simply because it's just best to work out when you're tired. And I wanna drill into myself, keeping my arms tight, bringing my hand back to my face, keeping my back foot up, keeping my chin down so much that I don't have to think about it when I'm fighting. And I can just focus on what I'm seeing. Oh, I also got sparring sessions uploaded on my channel. Y'all can check out my sparring sessions. I am self-taught, not by choice. Even get a car. But I would love to go to a gym. I don't run from the gym. I've been to gyms on like their daily passes where they got like the $10 daily pass, but I've never been coached. I definitely do need the coaching. I encourage anybody to get coaching if they have the ability to. Don't run from it. Don't think you could just do this. And because I've been self-training for like 2 years. If you go back to my my content and just go down, you'll just see. I actually wasn't recording for the first like couple months. So yeah, it's a long journey. But if I had coaching, it would have probably took me 6 months to get to where the fuck I'm at right now. Not even, probably even like 3. So yeah, coaching is definitely necessary. Recommend anybody to get coaching if they have that ability. If you don't, there's no excuse to why you can't just, go ahead and get it done. People are going to tell you not to do it, tell you to go get coaching. You don't got to explain yourself to everybody. maybe they have that availability, so they don't understand that may not be available to everybody all the times. But like I said, you don't have to explain yourself to them. You just keep doing you, work on yourself, and you're gonna get results. Honestly, you're really good for self-training. I've been doing it at a gym with coaches for about a year. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you'll get, some people like Diablo who are actually supportive about it. Um, and a lot of people, they do appreciate the fact that you just have the, you know, ambition to, or the hunger to just go out here and do it on your own accord when people spend X amount of money and don't even put the heart into it that much. So it can be commendable at times, and then some people feel it insulting as far as like everybody wants to be a boxer. But at the end of the day, it's not all about the boxing. It's about this shit. It's about this shit. It's about what you're gaining from it. For self-control. I preach that shit all the time. This shit is way deeper than fist. It's way deeper than the punching and the fighting itself. I respect anybody who goes into this shit and tries to show their heart out. You got some people who have a lot of ego, and they want to express that in the ring. But it really, those people, they don't really go very far with it. They're just people who are insecure about themselves in some way and haven't really faced it. So they're kind of lashing out. But for you, it's always about you. It's about yourself. You don't really worry about other people. And this is life. This is why boxing is the greatest analogy for life. Because it's self-control. Once you can master everything to how you respond to anything, because people think it's the situation that you're in control of. You're in control of how you respond to the situation, and the situation only changes when you respond to it, or if you respond to it. So you technically are in control of the situation, but you're only in control in it by the way that you respond. And that's in anything. You got people who crash out whenever something happens to them, and then you got other people who actually seek opportunity when something happens to them. So it's really how you approach it. I like watching your videos. I'm gonna wait for your vids and try to join in on some of your lives as much as I can. I appreciate that, bro. Definitely appreciate that for you, tapping into my journey. And if you're a fighter or whatever that you do, I will support what you do too, man. So definitely appreciate you for tapping in, and I'm gonna get back to some jump roping. Keep jumping. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Float. It's easy. It's too easy. We can make it more effortless. Light. Light. Look. Light. It's easy. I could do this all day. We floating. Yes, sir. Yeah, most definitely. Whatever platforms y'all want me to make, I'll go ahead and make it. I was told I gotta make a Facebook. People on Twitch. Whatever you want. I don't have no problem making it. It'll be the same name. Actually, I have a Instagram. and another boxing channel called Boxing God 432, which I am actually transitioning everything boxing that I do over to those channels. So you guys should go ahead and subscribe to that. Once I hit 50 subscribers, I'll be going live on my sparring sessions. Y'all can actually see my sparring sessions, live in action, critique it, have some entertainment, stuff like that. And yeah, by that time, I'll most likely have a Twitch, everything like that. The name will be uniform. You'll be able to find me with the same name, Boxing 432, Boxing God 432 everywhere. Oh, and I got an X too. I got a Twitter. You guys can follow me there too. Now we're gonna get some more skips in. And then after this, I figure maybe I'll get some more combos under the rope. And then we'll do some more shadow boxing. We'll do some more shadow boxing. Actually, I'll probably do some defensive slips and blocks and stuff like that in front of this pillar. And then I'll do some shadow boxing. Let's get 100 more skips in a row without fucking up. It's easy. Ten. 10. Do it again. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. Damn, I think I fucked up. I didn't get on it. We're gonna do it again. Got you. Ooh. We got it. We got it. Let's get a rolling start. Ten. We got it, come on. It's easy. You're floating. Ten. 10. All right, keep it low and close. Keeping it like that is like fucking up my wrist rotation. We got it. We got it. We gonna get that hundo. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. It's really easy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm not making it look so easy, am I? We got this. It's just about having control. I'm gonna control it right now. It's gonna be 100. Mark my words. Ten. 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, I think. 10. If this wasn't 10, it's definitely more. Under. Easy. Consistency, man. We don't stop till we get it done. All right. So I should drink some water. I'll be right back. Let me grab some water. I'll be back. Hell yeah. I don't as much anymore, but I definitely did a lot in high school, even in college. But definitely watched a whole lot of it. If I gotta say top 3, Dragon Ball Z, you know, nostalgia, grew up on that. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And the third one's up in the air. I'd probably say Naruto. Those are things that I've like watched the entire thing of. Didn't just watch half of it. Like Black Clover, I haven't fully watched that. I do like Magi, but I feel like it's too short. I like Demon Slayer, hasn't really fully like developed yet. My Hero, didn't fully watch it. One Piece, didn't fully watch it. Like I've watched like a good amount of it, but not Nah, nowhere near where current date is, so I can't really express as much as I can on these other animes. No, I have not. Another one I haven't watched, Solo Leveling. I haven't watched. I haven't watched none of my something as the reincarnated shits. I haven't watched any of those. I don't really watch Sword Art Online. I tried to watch the first one, but I didn't really like it. Oh, that's dope. You sound like you got some fun ass homework. What class is that? Shit. Writing stories and shit? That sounds fun. Expressive. That's called doing too much. Student in softball. I kind of hit my face, low-key feeling it, but it isn't as bad as it was the other day. Fucking up on the combo. Slow it down. That's not it, it's a hook. Too much turn on the foot. Too much. Control that weight. Oops. Oh, I forgot I was on softball when I did. My dumb ass. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will keep remembering to keep them shits up because that is one of my biggest downfalls. Thank you very much, Sean. It's cool, Diablo. I actually welcome criticism as much as possible. I want to learn. I want to get better. As I said before, I don't have a coach, so having somebody spot what I'm doing in real time so I can adjust it, it's all love. You know, he's not hating or nothing. He's showing love. I appreciate you for having my back, though, Diablo. Appreciate that, though. But yeah, Sean just giving some good advice. He actually gave me some nice, a nice compliment, you know? It's all love. Just a friendly reminder to keep them hands up. Trying to keep them tight too. And another big thing I gotta do is keep my chin down. Keep my chin down. Yeah, we were southpaw. Also, I'm doing this in southpaw. I'm a natural orthodox, but I always practice since the beginning of my training. I've always practiced both, so I can definitely fight both southpaw and orthodox. Although, as you can see in my jab, which one I'm more comfortable with. This is my orthodox jab, and this is my southpaw jab. So you can definitely, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a bit of a comfortability, a looseness that I have with my orthodox that you can tell that I'm definitely a natural orthodox. Yeah, I'm just trying to be as much as I can consciously about keeping my chin down in a drill, even if I gotta do shit slow as shit, just so that I can just have my body just remember to just do it so I don't have to think about it while I'm fighting. So right now, keep my chin down, keep my hands up, bringing them back up after the jab, and then keeping it tight, because sometimes I'll have it out here or I'll have it out here. It's gotta be tight. Don't be comfortable. Can't really turn my foot because of this wall, but I can if I do it this way. Alright, so that cross I fucked up. Why? Because of my step. It wasn't supposed to, it was because when I came here, I took a shorter step outward than I did with this foot, and it ended up making me hella narrow, so I ended up having to gather in my cross. So let me slow it down. Ain't nothing wrong with doing it slow. It's better to understand the movement than to just try to rush it and do it fast because it looks cool. Understand the flow, understand how you're supposed to do it, how your body works, where you're fucking up, and then fix it like that. do it in orthodox. Yeah, that one, okay. That looked right? Thank you. Shout out Brazil. We got Brazil in the chat. Alright, this rug is kind of fucking me up. Now it's not. It's not there. Yeah, I know, right? Nah, I could definitely get some, but I use these because they're expendable. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely been working day in and day out. Thank you for noticing my progression, noticing that I'm getting better. But I'll put a Cash App link in the bio for anybody who want to donate for whatever cause. But yeah, it's definitely RIP to these shoes. I gotta get some boxing shoes. That's definitely what I gotta get. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to translate the way that I drill into boxing. Slowly but surely, it's getting better. But like I said, keep them hands up. Definitely don't lean forward. I've gotten comfortable with catching shots because I realize this takes less effort, but I shouldn't get too comfortable with just trying to catch everything. Remember, if you go to my older videos, I had a lot more head movement going on. Keep the head movement going. I've gotten back to those ways. And then another thing that I want to add on to my progression kind of like
things that I notice is adding more shots. You know, I haven't been able to do it because I understand boxing. I don't take the chances of throwing an incorrect shot, knowing that I'm throwing it incorrectly and getting caught by somebody who's not actually sparring technically and is actually fighting. Like, I've had somebody bring me into a fight before. I was calm, but still I had to rely more on instincts because I didn't really have the arsenal to sit there and think to throw the right shots. All I knew how to throw was the jab. The cross was like kind of the scary one because I lean over and drop my hands. My cross was like this. I would drop my hand and lean over, and I wouldn't turn my foot. So that's what made me lean over. I would just kind of reach like this. So I'm just trying to see. Just now, sometimes when I throw my cross, it's out. Trying to keep it tight. Keep it tight. Yeah, some of the counters that I've been drilling is the pull counter. There's another one is the parry jab, the block parry jab, another counter that I've been drilling. It's another counter. So far, those are my only counters. But I do have booby traps, like as far as like positions that I like to get you into so that I can kind of unload. So I do I map out scenarios to try to like understand where I need to be to do what I need to do, and then what can come at me while I'm there as well. So it's really a lot of shadow boxing drills that I've done to really implement that, but definitely practice that. I'm getting now more into practicing drills with multiple shots, 3+ shots in the combo. At first, I wasn't implementing the defensive part of it, just a form of throwing shots in multiples without losing form and losing, balance and stuff. So I would do the cross, hook, cross. I would go double jab, cross. So it'd be like 3 or more shots. I have the hook, the uppercut hook, hook, all that extra good stuff. But I would just do it slowly, and each day I would kind of speed up a little bit the more comfortable I got with it to try to get more to in-game speed. Right now, I'm not very fast with it. I'll tell you that. Because like I said, I still have to keep my arms tight. Still got to keep my chin down. And then the faster you get with it, once I keep my everything tight, my weight distribution while throwing the punch, it won't be so here. You know what I mean? While I'm fighting in real speed, it'll be tight. It'll be here. It'll be tight. So I'm just practicing doing it slow. It's not really fast right now. Honestly, if I wanted to do it fast and nice, it'd probably be like that. Yeah, go ahead. Ask some sparring advice. He said, absolutely, I can relate to that as well. When you have this feeling, or you're sure you're throwing it wrong, you feel your drop of confidence, right? Especially when you know the dangers of it. It like kind of holds you back a little bit from that fight. Bro, have you ever tried making products and drop shipping and stuff? No, but eventually, that might come down the line. I do have a website. It's called Rise 9 Design, where you can get some of my products. Family-owned business. As y'all know, I make music, hence the name. So you'll see a ton of different products and stuff like that. You can find that in my link tree. Why am I super afraid of getting countered with sparring? I literally can't go on anyone because of this. I can't tell you why, but I can tell you this. And I tell my friend Auburn this all the time. Boxing is a representation of yourself. So your answer, when you look for things as to why you do this and why you do that, the answer isn't because of boxing. It's because of who you are as a person. So you got to look within yourself and ask, why am I like this in other situations outside of just the sparring situation? And then you'll get your answer. The beauty of boxing is everything is about self-control. It's about controlling all aspects of yourself and in your life and finding that balance. So who you are outside of the ring reflects who you are inside of the ring. So if you're somebody who loses your temper in person, you know, in a natural basis, then you'll probably be the person who's a pressure fighter, who likes to let it all out in the ring. If you're somebody who's more timid, more shy, who doesn't really like to talk much, you'll probably be somebody who's more of a boxer in the ring, you know, somebody who likes to keep their distance or is very cautious or patient. For you, the answer to something like that, it's not a drill, it's a mentality. So, like I said, you gotta look at things that you've done in your life that is similar to how you approach that. So, like I just said, if you're somebody who is who loses their temper outside of the ring, you're probably somebody who's a crash out inside of the ring. So you got to find the connection outside of the ring. It's not going to fix itself in boxing. It fixes itself in real life. It's who you are. It just expresses itself that way in boxing. That's why you get scared, maybe because something in your life that happened to you that makes you think things very cautiously. You know, it could be loss. It could be you know, a lack of confidence. It could be many different things. So I can't say that there's a specific answer. It's just something that you have to look within yourself and say, okay, damn, this is what I'm letting hold me back. Hold me back. So for you, because some people, for them, they get hit and it brings a fire out of them. And for them, that's their version of getting scared. You know, for you, it makes you curl up, but for some other people, it makes them fight harder. And that's not them being tough, that's also them being scared. I've noticed this a lot when I spar, and people, the moment they start fighting, they're crashing out because they don't want to get hit by something big. They're trying to deliver it first. It's a fight or flight. Honestly, there's two advices that I can give. Like I said, find out that thing about yourself that makes you second guess yourself, that makes you not trust your instincts. And then two, I would say breathe. The first step to anything is breathing. You know, every emotion, every feeling can be attached to a breathing pattern. So if you can control your breathing in a situation, you can control your poise, you can control your calmness, and you won't be feared. It's honestly because you are, like I said, are not in control. So you don't know what's gonna happen next. When you're somebody who's in control, you are creating what happens next, not predicting. So start slowing things down a lot. Slow things down a lot and realize what you have that can exploit what your opponent doesn't realize. Nah, I'm not calling you soft. What I'm saying is this. It's very real and it's very simple, because it's not boxing that's making you this way. It's you that's making you this way. Like I said, it's the situation is the situation, but how you respond is the only thing that you can control. And that's the way that you're going to get yourself out of the situation. So the way that you know how to respond is you got to be very hyper aware. Every little thing that's being done can be timed, right? For instance, the biggest thing that I like to exploit is everybody has their own boxing rhythm, right? You're gonna notice this. You may have not. You may have already. But everybody has their boxing rhythm, and they're bouncing back and forth in this like pendulum motion, transferring their weight from front to back constantly. And everybody has their own tempo. Some people leave their feet when they do it, like a Manny Pacquiao. Some people, or Bevo. Some people, they're extremely slow and patient, like a Terrence Crawford. Some people, are just kind of all over the place. But with these tempos, every single time that the weight is transferred, I'm going to tell you this right now, 90% of people don't realize or have control over this transfer of weight. So if you can exploit this, and the easiest way to exploit this is with a jab, right? So I'm going to tell you this. With yourself, just like how you practice the drill, where you're like pushing off the back foot, anytime when you're shadowboxing, anytime you feel yourself transfer your weight to the front, even when like take a step, right? Take a step. Look at the way my body transfers in weight when I take a step. You see how I'm pushing off and the weight is transferring inwards? A lot of people, they're like this. They're swaying back and forth. They're showing it. Most people don't disguise their rhythm, so it's very easy to see. So you'll see people in that rhythm. Anytime they're coming inwards towards you, throw that jab. And anytime that you're going inwards towards your opponent, you're either throwing that jab or getting into a defensive position, because coming from this back foot, from this transfer from here to there, you're breaking the distance between you and your opponent. So you got to either be ready to defend yourself from something that could come towards you, or ready to shoot something at some time position where your opponent may not be ready for it. So just practice anytime and do it very slow. Don't rush this shit. You want to feel your rhythm. You want to understand. And here's another big thing. I'm kind of giving a lot of game that you probably don't understand, but just watch fights in slow motion. You'll see it. When you a lot of people, when you see them kind of like, it's hard to describe it if you don't visually see it, but a lot of people have to break rhythm to throw their punches. They don't know how to throw it straight out. They got to kind of stop and then throw, or cock back and then throw. So the more control you have over your weight and the transfer of weight, it happens when you slow yourself down. That's why I say slow things down. You just start seeing things. Most of the time when I'm pushing my weight from back to front, I'm throwing a jab behind it. I'm usually the smaller fighter too, but timing beats any of that. Timing beats speed, it beats any of that. It's timing and positioning and rhythm. Sheesh. I see this why, but hey man, remember, this world can be yours. Everyone also has fear. They're just hiding it. Exactly. And no problem, killer. Always welcome to give advice, and I'm always welcoming critique on my end as well. So if y'all see anything I'm doing that could be fixed. Things about being a smaller fighter, it causes you to have to think more. Unless you're, a fighter, but smaller boxer, shall I say. It causes you to have to think more, because you have to really think about how you're going to break that distance without being an idiot. all you gotta do is jab and jab to the body. Jab to that body. One of my favorite moves to do, and if you watch any of my videos and see any time that I've done it, it's never failed. So, a lot of the times, most of the time, when you're with a fighter, understand your distance. So, fighter in front of me, right? What you want to do is have your opponent pull towards you. You want them to pull towards you. This is when fighting off the back foot specifically. And when you're fighting with a taller fighter, sometimes if you can set the right traps, you want them to close the distance. You don't want to try to force the distance on them, put the pressure on them. Depending on the type of fighter you're dealing with. This is not for everybody. This is just one specific technique that you can use in a specific scenario. You want your opponent to pull towards you. So you want to be just enough in range so that you're in the fight, but outside of range to where your opponent can't punch you. This is the range where you're able to split punches. Like you can see punches coming. You want to be right there. So you're not getting out of the fight, but you want to be in a spot where it makes them want to pull towards you. So with that, that's how you're gonna break the distance. You're gonna kind of force them to pull towards you. And now with any shot that you throw, it's easy because they're coming in towards you. But yeah, one of my favorite moves that I like to do is stepping back here, kind of makes them come in, and then shoot to the body here. So I'll go here, and I'll shoot to the body, and it just works all the time. Another one that works, if you go here, shall I say, you go to the outside here, just any angled jab. So you can go here, or you can go here. Just, my bad. It's a side step. So side step and then jab. But just come off, you gotta come off the angles with a taller person. You can't just like come straight through the middle. But sadly, I do have to end this live at this time. Device is about to die. I'll be back on a little later. Didn't really get everything in I wanted to get in. But y'all stay tuned, y'all stay tapped in. Follow me on Instagram, BoxingGod432. Subscribe to my other channel. I'm on this every day, sometimes 2, 3, 4 times a day. Very spontaneous, but you'll end up catching me again for sure. But thank y'all for pulling up, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Oh, and leave some comments on my last videos so that I can keep an eye on those things and implement some new work in my drilling so I can, get better and stuff. Thank you, Sean. Thank y'all. Peace out.